wildlife ecology. They go on to be, state biologists and shit. And I was like, that's not it either. And
I
so,
mean, I feel like game warden
Yeah.
but they don't have days off. If it's a
Yeah.
nice clear day,
right,
whether it's Christmas or not, you're
correct.
going in the helicopter and you're looking for moose or whatever you're working
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
So I want to do like environmental consulting work along
Okay.
those
Yeah.
lines for sure.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Any classes that you've taken so far stick out to you?
Wetlands. Like I
Wetlands?
took like a wetlands delineation class. Super sick. Like it's mostly about identifying wetland plants, but more so than that, it's like identifying what type of wetland you're in and being able to classify it.
Definitely. Oh man, we just did a lab yesterday on a black spruce bog
Yeah.
with dwarf mistletoe. I don't know
Yeah.
if you know about a parasitic plant, but
Yeah.
so fascinating.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
And I love it too because it's a lot of moisture, so a lot of
Right.
funguses are
Yeah.
mushrooms
And
are
they got
everywhere.
so much shit growing in there.
Yes,
Yes.
it's a lot more than you think. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot more. You go to the bog walk and you're a freshman compared to
Right.
when you're a senior.
And you're just seeing so many different things that you would never have picked up on when you were a
Exactly.
freshman.
Eating cranberries.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a wild cranberry? Either
I
of
have
you
not.
boys?
No.
Oh man, they taste so good.
Really?
Yeah, they're like candy. They're like a little Easter egg that you'll find off the forest floor. It's pretty good, dude.
Real nice.
Yeah. Homebrew, tell me about yourself, dude.
Well, I enjoy long walks on the beach, sipping nothing but margaritas on a Monday afternoon. But realistically, why am I at UMaine? I suppose for getting a degree in environmental science would be a good start.
You started that Union? Unity?
I did start at Unity College. I switched out for a variety of reasons, and I'm glad I ended up at UMaine. I think to some degree, life takes you where it's supposed to put you. So I guess make the most.
You feeling
of it.
good today? Yeah.
I'm having a good day.
Love it.
Yes, sir. I'll
Dude.
tell you that. In terms of what I enjoy doing at UMaine, obviously the environmental science degree, I'm working towards getting that. In terms of an outcome of that, I suppose I don't know where it's going to take me. I've thought about a lot of different things, whether that be growing ornamental aquarium fish through aquaculture or becoming a forest biologist. Studying, the in-depths of ecology would be pretty cool. But at the end of the day, I don't know. So I'm just waiting for a really cool opportunity, such as the one you present today, to just come on a podcast. And you never know. You never know where it's going to take you. I'll tell you. So,
Hell yeah, dude.
yeah.
I love it.
So
yeah, you're going to blow up my podcast.
you
know so many people.
I don't know about that one. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to be here. So,
dude, that's awesome.
So Manny, what is your major?
I'm a fake forestry major. I'll say that much.
Okay.
I'm in Parks and Rec. Yeah, I'm in Parks and Rec. But I say I'm in forestry just because I love trees. And I take a ton of forestry classes, and I could talk about trees all day. And I really love learning about the forestry aspect of it too. But I want to own a campground, so I'm trying to go for Parks and Rec. And I don't want to be a park ranger, private campground. Let's sponsor our quick sponsor, Acres Wildlife Campground.
Yes, sir.
Please come check it out. It's fantastic. It's a great time, and these two can attest. So yeah. So we were talking about saprosilic species a couple of weeks ago when we were ice fishing. You want to dig into that? And
Oh, okay. So yeah, I took a class about forest ecology, and I'll tell you,
explain our listeners what a saprosilic species is.
So it's a species of just about anything. They tend to usually be beetles, but they're species that live within the deadwood of a forest, and they provide a really unique part of the ecosystem that most people wouldn't even think about. I mean, you figure the tree's dead, and a lot of the times it's just done with value, but that's just simply not the case. So you look at these saprosilic species, and at the end of the day, they're doing just as much, if not more, than when the tree's alive. The tree is always part of the ecosystem, whether it be a carbon source, a carbon sink. It just always is fluctuating in that importance in what it plays into the environment.
No, totally, dude. And honestly, is a mushroom a saprosilic species? Obviously, it decomposes wood, but I don't know if it lives off dead wood specifically. All three stages of its life is. I'm not sure. Dude, do you guys take a class with Sean Fravor? He's wicked into dead wood.
Yeah, that's who I took it with. The forest ecology. I want to say it was like 407, maybe.
Yeah.
And
a lot of the parks could stick it.
He was a great teacher. I would really recommend him. Did a great job. I mean, he pushed you hard. You had to know your stuff, but at the end of the day, I guess that's what makes
that's what makes it fun.
So yeah,
a little bit. That's why we can talk about it today.
Absolutely.
But at least like a lot of people would have no idea. Still wetlands, dude. Tell me more about that, dude. What's
I love wetlands.
I love
Yeah.
wet.
I'll put that out there.
We don't have any wetlands in Maine compared to like Midwest, like Minnesota. Out
Compared to
west.
Minnesota. Well, I mean, the thing with like going out west and going into Canada is they have like the same wetland. It'll just be the same. It's the same with the forests up there too, right? Like as Tony was talking about in class the other day, like all the forests are pretty much the same. In terms of like wetlands here, they're small and diverse from one another.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a species hub.
Yeah.
It's like a wildlife.
is.
Me and my father were talking about this a couple weeks ago. We have a huge wetland, just kind of, marshy area.
Yeah.
And I would like a house of a view of that just as much of a lake, because you would see so many, moose, deer,
Yep.
you name it. A lot. It's a corridor for
Right.
wildlife. It's
Like
pretty cool. And
humans-
even birds. Even birds.
Right. Yeah. Humans don't value wetlands like animals do.
No way.
Like to animals, wetlands are the Trader Joe's. They fucking
Yeah.
love that shit.
They do.
And humans are like, wow, I can't build on this. Fuck that place. I don't want it. Get it out.
Yeah.
Fill it in. Fuck that.
Fill it
It's
in.
got mosquitoes. It's got mosquitoes. No.
That is true, dude.
Yeah.
But even seeing like the black spruce in the
Mm.
wetland, nothing beats it, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing beats it. Dude, so what else? Let's think. You guys want to talk about AGR?
AGR.
Yeah.
AGR is something, man.
Yeah. Tell me the craziest party story and what made you be like, all right, this is why I'm gonna be in this frat. Craziest party story or
Let's see. Well,
What do
I
you think?
joined the frat because it like wasn't a frat. That's stupid to say. I know that's entirely.
oh,
stupid
dude,
to
you're gonna
say.
be like 30 looking back.
I
on this,
know.
like,
I'm gonna be
wasn't
like,
a frat.
wow, what?
No.
No, it was a frat.
Dude, I like all the kids in AGR.
Yeah.
Every single kid has been wicked nice to me. So.
Yeah.
Dude, it is a frat. It's AGR, but
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing to be a frat if
Right.
you're all dope.
Yeah.
I mean,
Six times.
that's what it's like with a ton of frats. I mean, get
Yeah.
a really good group of guys together. Then
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And I
easy to
mean,
be around.
nowadays frats have a lot of stereotypes around them.
dude,
like
everything's
fraternities
got a
and whole-
stereotype.
Everything does have a
Dude,
stereotype.
do podcasters have a stereotype? Am I new to the game? Too new to the stereotype?
Fitting in nice.
Yeah. Saying outrageous shit, dude.
Yeah.
that's the.
What's your take on AGR?
Well, I suppose in a day where we're all, in fraternal life especially, it's fitting into that stereotype, and AGR is just not it. Whether it be the UMaine campus that thinks we are just a whole bunch of rednecks who drink too much beer. I mean, occasionally, I'll be honest, occasionally we do, enjoy
You hit the bottle.
a good fun time. But that's not why I joined AGR, nor will it ever, really be the reason. The reason I joined AGR was a lot of the time, just finding a place that you can call home. You go to college away 4 years and you're like, yeah, wow, I'm just leaving this place I've known for the last 18 years. I graduated high school. I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's important to me to have that aspect of where a place you can come and call your own, and a place that you can find caring people around you that want you to build yourself into a better person.
Yeah, dude. You want to build yourself. It's about young men.
About making better men.
Yeah, about making more honest, hardworking men in society.
We can throw words out there, but it's not a sense of, oh, we actually build better men. Like that's just silly.
No.
But if you talk about the way
That's
you
like
feel,
I think that's a lot of frats. Goal though. To build. Respectable men in society.
absolutely.
And
that's
whether that it's the outcome or not for a lot of dudes, that is the goal. Dude, there's nothing bad about having a ton of fun in college and being like, dude, I want this for anybody who wants to be a part of AGR. I'm gonna donate to AGR. Dude, if I was in a frat and I loved it, and 30 years from now, you bet your bottom dollar I would be like paying it forward to the next generation.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely a good society like that. No doubt about that.
To me, it's all about being part of a small family, a sense of security.
You call each other brothers.
I mean,
So.
yeah. Well, I'll talk about that for a second. So there's definitely, in my opinion, there's this difference between a brother and a friend.
I'm like a distant cousin of the frat. I just like
yeah, I would have to agree. But in terms of the distinction I found, a friend is there when you want them to be. They're there when you seek out um, their support, if you will. However, your brothers, they are always there for you. You're having a bad day, you're gonna do it with your brothers. You're having the best time of your life, you're doing it with your brothers. They're not there because you want them there to be. They're there because you need them to be, even when you don't want them to be.
oh.
So that's it's a different distinction, but I think it's an important distinction to be made in terms of fraternal life, at least in my perspective.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's easier to feel a part of everything if everyone's like, yo, he's a brother, and no one, it's less like somebody else gets felt left out or someone feels more in power, or that's
Right.
a hard dynamic. Dude, you got 50 dudes or however many dudes
Right.
together,
Right.
you're gonna get a bunch of cool guys, and you're gonna get a bunch of dudes that want to be in charge of the whole frat, and you're
Exactly.
gonna get a bunch
Yeah.
of dudes that are weirdos too. Dude, when you
Correct.
get 50 dudes, when you get 100 people,
Yeah.
dude, you're gonna get all types of people. You're gonna get dudes that like trees. You're gonna get rednecks. I mean, dude, you're gonna get. So it's so hard to categorize and stereotype. Oh, a frat. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because, dude, you're talking about college boys.
You're talking about
Yeah, they're
50
idiots.
college boys
Yeah,
who
and
are
they're
each
also
doing
pretty
their own
cool.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're pretty cool and they're pretty smart and they make mistakes, and I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think the real thing with fraternities is, they're like any other club on campus. And yes, they're completely different, but in the aspect, they're like any other club. We just have a house.
Yeah. A
And
lot of people don't know, probably listening, like what a fraternity's like. I seriously think that. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's good to talk about it
Yeah.
because a lot of people, dude. Oh yeah, he's probably like a frat brother, and it's like this
Yeah.
and that. Which I come to Maine, and it's like I go to AGR, and you go to Lambda, or you go to Fiji, or you go to another frat, or ATO, and you could be going to AGR and shooting BB guns in your house, and you go to ATO, and they are playing video games and smoking weed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just a totally different vibe. You got a friend group. There's in high school, there's the ice fishing people. There's the frisbee kids. There's
There's
it's
the mountain biking club.
there's
the
one
outdoors
there's
club.
yeah. I mean, I think I don't think it's a frat at all, but like the outing club, I definitely felt that like sense of community, because that's what you're talking about. Just that sense of community of like, yes, everyone loves to ski and
A
camp.
fraternal brotherhood of shared commitment and
Right.
community. And you need something
Exactly.
to do in college.
Yes,
Like that's what
definitely.
college is, finding something else to do besides school. Like if you show up to
Yeah.
college and you're just school, absolutely nothing else, you're gonna do great. You're gonna get a 4.0. But your social skills, I don't know if you're gonna build them as much as you would if you're not getting out there and expressing yourself and meeting other people.
It's true, dude. Social skills, so many people lack that because they're just like looking down at their fucking phone.
Right.
All day. They're just like,
Yeah.
stuck staring at their phone. And think about all the people that are already socially awkward
Yeah.
and then come into a place where everyone's looking down at their phone and you're trying to get their attention when the most
Right.
addicting thing in the world is in their hand.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not easy to kind of break, especially for kids that are socially awkward.
Yeah. It helps you form, your leadership skills that you want. Let's say you're taking over a committee. We have meetings where you're supposed to get up and public speaking skills there. It's like, your responsibilities of being a homeowner almost, of, cleaning, cooking.
You talking about the frat?
maintenance. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's much more than what it may appear to other people to be on the surface.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
So I'd like to take a moment and just talk about like college life in general,
Yeah,
my
let's do it,
perspective on it. So funnily, that's not a word, but we're gonna
Fun-
go with, funnily enough. We're
funnel
gonna go with it. My mom said 3 things before I came to college, and she has still to this day pretty much stuck by them, that things I needed to get out of the experience. Number 1, don't bring any kids back. That was important. Number 2, grow yourself. Number 3, get good grades. And I think
You're doing pretty good on 2
I
of the
would say,
3.
oh yeah.
I'm just playing.
But overall,
Yeah,
I mean,
Homebrew
if
is
you're
a
not
baby.
if you're not here if you're not here growing yourself, what are you doing? I mean, it's as a lot of people throw this word around, the prime of your life. It's a setup to set the stage for who you want to be and what you want to do with your life.
I think everyone's prime of their life is a little bit different. I think a lot of people in high school, like whether it's their parents that never did anything after high school and that's the prime of their life, they look at it and think, oh man, this is the prime of my life. Like, this is the best years of my life. This is high school. I fucking hated high school. You know what I mean? You don't realize until like college. And wow, I struggled with college and COVID. Like, this is not the prime of my life in college. It's like, these next years coming up are the prime of my life. Right now is the prime of my life. It's like you start to realize it. It's like getting older.
Yeah.
That in between of you can have fun and still be growing and learning like all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just that.
Yeah. I mean,
college is perfect for that.
We're both going to be seniors next year.
That's crazy,
I didn't
dude.
think I like.
Dude, it felt like just yesterday you were sipping Four Locos, getting trashed in my dorm, dude.
It pretty much was yesterday, but we're not gonna talk about it.
I know. Yeah. It was a weird thing. That's does not feel like that long.
Everyone always tells you it's gonna go by fast, and you're like, fuck, it's not.
No way.
It's not. High school went by so slow, and then you look back and you're like,
15 weeks a semester. That's like nothing.
Yeah.
15 weeks.
30 weeks total.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like what, 3 out of 5, 3/5 of a year.
Let's do some math. Yeah.
3/5 of a year.
Dude, for real though. That's I mean, not that much time to learn a lot and grow a lot and spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah. Dude, let's talk more about nature. What have you guys learned lately? Anything interesting?
Dude, I think I told you about this, but I just got a job that I just signed to be a park ranger in Baxter.
Oh, let's go
for the summer.
Yeah, yes. Dude, tell me the rundown.
Dude, it's sick. It's way up north, like at one of their northern campsites. And they're like, show up, do some training on us for wilderness first aid. You're gonna work Monday through Thursday, and then you have a 3-day weekend every weekend.
That's awesome.
Like, yo, you get the ranger cabin, a little truck to drive around, and just explore the park on your weekends if you want, or do whatever you want.
Dude, like, that's awesome. I'm hyped for
I know.
You.
I know.
That's definitely awesome.
Honestly, though, the most thing I'm excited for is like no service. Like, I'm gonna throw my phone away Monday through Thursday, and I'm just gonna get away from it all.
Yeah,
and just be
out
there.
Is Grace gonna be living there with you?
She's living down here.
Yeah, but still,
I'm like, it's fine. It's 4 days a week. I'll see you on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
And it's also not like 3 hours away.
Exactly.
It's not like she's living in Connecticut,
right?
Or you are.
It's far better than when I was living in South Carolina last summer.
Oh yeah, I bet, dude.
Yeah,
but that's the way it is.
Hype for that.
Hell yeah, man, dude. So you got you got a Schmovid hat on, dude.
Yeah.
Well, you're still repping it. You wish you were still in these Corona times.
Oh, Corona. Wow. I guess I was having trouble following you there. No, I'm just a big fan of
beach.
Yeah, I got
5 o'clock.
Let's talk about that. Find your beach. Whether that be in the middle of absolutely nowhere, Maine, or if that's in New York City or San Francisco. As long as you're happy and you found your beach, then it doesn't matter where your beach is. And I think that's why I enjoy wearing this hat. Not only because it's got a bottle opener, which is also comes in clutch on the weekends, but I will say I think it's a nice little message. Find your beach.
So, find your beach.
Yes, sir.
Beach, dude. Up in Maine, we got some rocky coast. We don't got so many beaches. We got Sand Beach at Acadia, but besides that, not too many. It's like rocky. It's like rocky. It's like cobblestone beaches. That's what it reminds me of. But dude, you guys got beaches in Connecticut?
We got beaches.
Yeah,
we got beaches. It's like everyone thinks. Oh, I mean, if you look at the map, like it's just southern Connecticut that's beaches.
Right?
They're sand beaches.
Yeah,
like they're nice. They're nice sand beaches. There's some rocky beaches for sure.
There you go.
There's sand beaches.
Get some terrain.
Yeah, but it's like that little it's a sound between New York,
the
City
Long Island Sound,
and the coast of Connecticut. There, yeah, the Rhode Island is the place to go. Like if you're in Connecticut and you're trying to go to the beaches, just take like an extra 30-45 minutes and head to the Rhode Island beaches.
Dude, for sure. Never been to Rhode Island. No, I don't think I've ever been to Connecticut.
It's a good little state.
Oh, actually, I've driven through it. Good little state.
Not Connecticut, Rhode Island. Yeah, for sure.
Not Connecticut. Dude, so are you from Connecticut or?
I'm from Western New York, by Niagara Falls, Buffalo. I'm actually in the next city over from Buffalo.
Oh, that's pretty
So
cool.
that's Rochester. So I get to enjoy the idea of being somewhere different than where I grew up. It's parts of it I miss and parts of it I don't. Overall, I would say it's cool to take a new opportunity every once in a while, and you know, I guess I have found serious differences from where I grew up to here. I mean, whether that just be um, cultural or landscape. I mean, talking about ecology. The people here are just very different, but it's cool to see you travel 10 hours in any direction and the aspects of life are very similar, but you pick up on those nuances. Like, I guess my dialect has definitely changed a little bit. Definitely picked up a few minor
What's
words.
the New York accent?
Oh, well, it ain't I'm a walking here. That's just not my part of New York. Nor will it ever be.
Is there a Buffalo accent?
Trying to think. It's very it's almost nasally. It's kind of like oh geez, I'd have to.
You don't have to do it.
I don't know if I have an accent. I definitely just enjoy speaking a little, I suppose. But yeah, I mean it's definitely like a I don't know. I'm pretty sure people walk around here and are like, wow, that kid sounds like he's from Ohio.
Homebrew, where'd you learn the banjo, buddy?
Oh, where did I learn the banjo? I definitely bought it at Goodwill for $50, and my mom was not exactly real happy I spent that much money.
That's nothing.
And I was like, wow, it's an $800 banjo. I'm like, I'm just gonna send it. I need to learn to play the banjo.
Are you kidding me? That is a steal. I'd be stoked about
I
that.
was like, I was a little hesitant. It's like $50, but it's Goodwill, so come on. So I picked it up. I've been playing the last 6 months or so, and I enjoy doing it. It's a fun little activity. Keeps your mind off of everyday life, and it's nice to just kick back and relax, have a little fun at the end of it.
Dude, totally. I play guitar, dude. It is. I relaxing with some music always feels good, dude.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Jackson.
Yes.
So you spent the last summer in South Carolina, at a boys camp.
At a boys and girls
Yeah.
wilderness adventure gun shooting camp.
Let me ask you this: when was the first time you were enchanted by nature?
Enchanted by nature.
Yeah.
Wow, true enchantment by nature. One of my best memories was we were on this Boy Scout trip, which was caving in upstate New York. It was about like probably an hour outside Albany, right? And so we get up to this nice horse farm where we're staying at, and we're driving on these dirt roads, and it takes you like up to the top where like these lean-tos and shit are, and it's like a huge open field up top. And then just out, you can see a huge valley down there. And you can't see like much at all during. Thank you. You can't see much at all during the day. So we go caving. Caving is sick, by the way.
Right.
Like, that should be on everyone's bucket list. If you're claustrophobic, still just do it. But we get back for the night, and everything's pitch black. But you look over the valley, and it's just the entire city is lit up. So you're just looking at a whole city of Albany from way up on this cliff up top.
Yeah.
And there was just something about that. And I was like, this is
cool.
Sick. And like, you can't hear anything from the city. It's dead quiet, trees rustling, open grass field, and just looking over this. And you're like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah,
I don't want to be down there. I want to be up here.
Something about views, whether it's at a lake.
View is a good enchantment tool.
It is, dude.
That's why people hike. They want to. When I hike, I don't want to hike. I want to hike.
Yeah, people get like spend all this money on like a house, but things that don't get old, like you can get sick of spending money, like that gets old spending money, but like views don't get old. Like pay for a view, you know?
Sick.
Have you ever been in the house with a view and you're like, whoa, I want to live here?
Like, you can look at that every day, and it's going to change every day.
It's a
little bit
huge picture on the wall with a light will change.
Yeah,
it's almost a fireplace. I loved when I was growing up, I had a fireplace in my house at the lodge, and that is something that you could just talk.
Yeah,
you could talk with a fireplace. It's so weird. It's like ingrained in our DNA to where it's like
sit around a fireplace,
and the best things come in like our creative flow when I'm around a fireplace, and just you could talk all night. and
Yeah.
maybe not do that at a desk, but
Yeah, there's something mesmerizing too about just watching fire and
Yeah.
listening to fire.
It's hot. It's like combusting.
Yeah,
It's cool, dude.
it's pretty crazy.
Something about fire. Camping.
Yeah.
Shout out Acres of
Acres of
Wildlife
Wildlife.
Campground. A family's paradise in southern Maine. Love it. Love it, boys. I got an Acres hat today, too.
So, Manny, I have a question for you, actually. So when I first met you, Manny, it was probably a Tuesday afternoon around 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the driveway and I was like, I mean, just putting the details out there. And I met Manny, and it was something along the lines of it didn't really matter, I guess. But I looked at Manny, I was like, wow, I want to be like this kid. He came up to me, he introduced himself, he told me who he was, what he was about, and he had a smile and a personality. And I think that was just awesome. And so,
Cheers, man.
every
Thank
time
you.
I look at Manny, I'm like, wow, that's what I aspire to be. And I don't, so I guess
Thank
my
you.
question,
That means a lot.
my question to you is, what makes you get up in the morning and be like, this is what I'm gonna do? What do you wake up in the morning, or do you know what you're doing that day?
What do you mean? Do I know what I'm doing that day?
Like, do you plan your day out? What thought processes go through your day every day?
Dude, I feel like I've just embarrassed myself a lot growing up, and I realized you had to you gotta own your embarrassments, you know. That's one thing, funny thing about just having a conversation. Like, I could break into whatever. I could say, you know, Jackson, you took one sip of Bud Light and you were trash 2 years ago. And it's like that, like being your kind of, what do you call it? Susceptible. No, you're easily like attacked, but easily just bouncing off, joking. I don't know. This is awkward.
No, I know what you mean.
Exactly
Almost
what I
like
mean.
Yeah.
Exactly what I mean.
With your guard up.
Exactly. Just
Okay.
with my guard up. So it's like I'd have a hard time processing, like I just did, exactly what I'm trying to say to somebody.
Mhm.
So that's pretty embarrassing a lot of times growing up as a kid, when I'm just trying to explain to somebody how I'm feeling or what I want to explain to them. People are like, what the fuck is this guy
He's
talking
off his
about?
rocker. No, I
You
feel
know
the
what I
same way,
mean?
dude.
And like, that's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing growing up. So it's like, you got to own that a little bit and joke about it.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna, you know, make the mistake, you better be the first one to do it. Like,
I like that.
you know,
I like that a lot. Yeah, just definitely owning your embarrassment. Yeah, I guess though, now that I'm thinking about it, if you're being embarrassed, the only reason I think a big driver of embarrassment is how others feel about you. But if you're content with who you are, then what makes you embarrassed? I mean, it seems to me like you wake up every morning and you're like, hey, I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do today.
yeah.
I
Cheers,
think,
man.
I think,
is how I feel.
you know, it's almost like there's no reason you need to be embarrassed. You know, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
you own who you are. And that's what I value in you as a person.
Dude,
I just want to say
fuck
that's
yeah,
really
man.
cool, man.
Dude, thank you, dude. Yeah, I think you're really cool too. You catch some big fish, and I'm not that good at that. We did a lot of ice fishing this winter, though, which was fantastic. Ice fishing in the winter. Me and Homebrew, we'll tell this little snippet story. We were ice fishing on a 60 or 70 degree day, it felt like, in the middle of February.
Yeah.
Sun coming down, and Homebrew's just sitting there taking his pole up, you know, moving it a little bit, just waiting for a fish to come up. And I'm setting up my traps. Homebrew's sitting here, you know, playing with his little live bait, you know. And I'm setting up my traps. And finally, I get right in my hole next to Homebrew. I'm putting down my live bait. Oh, I got something. I'm reeling it in. Seems about Homebrew baited this fish right onto my line, and I'm reeling it in, and I pull it up, dude. It's a brook trout. I am stoked. We go home, cook it up, eat that thing, some lemon.
Oh, it was delicious.
Oh my God, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Nothing like you can taste a fresh fish.
Mm.
You really can. Like, I know there are microplastics in all fish and the whole 9 yards, but dude, there's a difference between farmed meat and like wild meat. And there's a difference between like fish factor, like a fishery versus a real, salmon. You can kind of tell. I don't know.
You can taste the water too.
You can taste
where
the
you got
water.
the fish from. You can taste. If it's a
You
shitty,
can taste
if it's
the
a
water.
shitty pond, you know you got it out of a shitty pond.
Yeah,
But
no
if
doubt.
If it's like a
Clean pond,
fresh flowing river, some shit that's like,
dude,
you know,
especially in a river. In a lake, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But in a river too.
Yeah.
Bite it down. Oh, yeah, dude. You ever like swim in a freshwater pond and just that like residue that's left on you feels so good. In the ocean, it's one thing and you feel like nice and crispy, like salty,
dried out.
Yeah,
but
dude,
refreshed.
Dries out so nice, especially like feels good on your hair and everything. But a lake, I feel the same way, but it's just different.
Yeah,
it's just different. But
feel good.
Feel good.
Water is good. Yeah.
Water is good. I love water. I love drinking water. All right, well let's end up this podcast so we can
good.
Yeah, dude.
All
thank
right,
you guys
beautiful.
so much for
Thank
coming
you for
on.
having us.
Yeah, I'm stoked. First two-person podcast.
Yes.
Let's do some ending. Any last words, Homebrew, for our fans?
Last words. Well, as much as I want to believe in it, skipping class and catching bass is not the move. I just want to go on record saying that. Really, just don't do it.
It's a tricky game.
It's a
tricky slippery slope. Skipping class and catching bass and smoking grass. Yeah, that's right. Any closing statements, Jackson? No.
Go get some fresh air.
Yeah, go get some fresh air. Go catch some fish and
go get some fresh air
and feel that water when you bite into it.
Amen.
We love it. All right, Jackson and Homebrew, both of you boys will be back on this podcast. I'm so stoked about this.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, boys. All right, we love you if you made it this far, honestly, because dude, who's gonna listen this far?
I don't know.
Yeah, not me, dude. All right, sweet. Goodbye, people.